Hey everyone, how are you doing? Come on in. I am Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs, and we're going to do a patriotic project today. Go figure, right? We've got the day before, let me pull my chair up. We've got the day before 4th of July. We've got 4th of July week. And so I'm going to be working with some Dixie Belle red, white, and blue. This is Bunker Hill blue. The white is cotton, and this is honky tonk red. So come on in, and I had considered, actually, let me keep the white out because I'm going to come back and use the red and the blue later. But I had considered using, I think I'm going to use that one for the stripes. All right, let's see what we got here. Which brush I want to use. I'm going to get a little bit of water on my brush, and but I had considered taping this off, but I think what I want to do is I want to just freehand it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a coat of paint on this, and then we're going to come back and we're going to put some stripes on here. And I think the stripes are going to go vertical is my plan. So we'll see what happens. And I'm going to just come in here as close to this as I can get the top. I want to put a base coat of white on here. Just go all around the top. And then we're going to come back and we're going to put a blue, get this. We're going to put a coat of blue, navy blue, and I may have to put two coats on here because this is looking kind of thin. But anyway, we're going to see how this turns out. And this is just a Dollar Tree project. Actually, this was a Dollar Tree project back when Dollar Tree was still $1. So this is now, I don't know what if they sell these still or what. But anyway, here this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with this. And I may put some ribbon or something around the bottom. Not quite sure yet. We will see where we're going to go with this. I mean, y'all know me. I'm going to take and I'm going to just kind of get started with the basic idea, and then we will come back and fill in all the details afterwards. So just trying to get some smooth strokes on here. And I'm definitely thinking I'm going to need to come back. I have to come back and put a second coat on. But come on in if you're on. I'm not seeing any comments right now, but if you're there, you'll just say hello. If I don't see your comments, then after my live, I'll go back and I will answer all your questions and things like that. So I'm going to be working with some freehand paint, and then I'm also going to work with Dixie Belle paint, and I'm going to work with a little bit of Chalky Court stencil and use that with some stars. So we'll see how we do with this, y'all. I'm thinking that we definitely want to put a second coat on this. And make sure it's nice and dry. This is a chalk mineral paint, so it should stick to this metal pretty easily. It's hot. I'm thinking I'm going to do the stripes vertical. I think I want to do them vertical, so we'll see where this goes. Alright, let's get another coat on here. I want this to cool down just a little bit because otherwise it's going to make this, it's going to make the paint peel. So let me cool this down. So I hope y'all are having a good day. And then I've got some red, white, and blue flowers that we're going to put in this. We'll see how it turns out. I'm going to leave the twine up at the top, kind of give it a rustic farmhouse look. Tomorrow is Friday. I normally don't come on Friday, but I'll be here tomorrow. And since I've been going away on Wednesdays and traveling on Wednesdays, I'll probably be able to come on like Friday afternoon or something like that. All right, y'all, here we go. We're going to come in here with the second coat, which makes it look so much better. And I'm not too worried about the top because I'm going to put blue up there, and that's going to give me some good coverage. Okay. And like I said, this is Dixie Belle in the color Cotton. This is just the second coat, and I think that's all we're going to need, y'all. So I thought that doing the stripes freehand would make it so that it didn't look so exact, and that it would give it a little pizzazz. So we'll see how this turns out. Maybe I'll put some ribbon up at the top too. We'll see where this goes. We're gonna just wait and see. I'm thinking a small piece of ribbon at the bottom and maybe a thicker piece at the top. And you want to make sure that you have enough paint on your brush so that it'll spread out nice and evenly. If your brush starts to feel like it's dragging, then that's pretty much an indication that you don't have enough paint on your brush. So there's kind of like a fine line between having too much paint and not having enough, and either one you want to come in that in-between area so that you get nice smooth strokes. And here we go. Getting it nice and smooth. Okay, I think that looks good. Look at it. Not worried about the bottom. All right, I'm going to put my brush in the water. I'm going to close up this white because I don't think I'm going to need the white. And get a paper towel to put this stick on in case I need it. Hey, Doodle Denise, how are ya? Good to see ya. We're going to do some stars and stripes today. All right, here we go, y'all. Simple project. So I think what we'll do, let me think a minute. Because I want to do blue around the top. Let me just get hot. You know, and this is something that if you wanted to, after 4th of July, you could paint over it and do something different with it. Or you can store it till next year, add to it, you know, whatever you want to do. Okay, there is that. And we're going to let that cool. So let's kind of cool this off a little bit so that when we get ready to do the next step. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do the blue around next or the red. And I'm thinking if I do the red, no, I don't want to do the red. Okay, and I know why I don't want to do the red, because I'm going to put stars up there. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to just kind of draw a line. Let's get this nice and cooled off. All right, there we go. I am thinking, let me get a pencil. And I am going to, do I want a ruler or no? Let me see. How far do I think I want to come down? Probably about, maybe about an inch, y'all. So let me just mark this. Maybe. Okay, I think I'm going to do I want to do an inch or an inch and a half? Let me look at my stars, okay? Let me see, because that's going to determine how far down I come. Maybe about an inch and a half. Let's see, I can get those up there. All right, let's see what we got. An inch, inch and a quarter. I think I want to do an inch and a half, y'all. We're going to do an inch and a half. So here we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a little bitty mark. Then I'm going to come around. Not sure if this is going to work or not, but we're going to give it our best try. I'm thinking because the jute on this is off, so I'm going to go from the bottom of the rim and just go all the way around. Let me do this. I'm going to just eyeball this. Maybe. See what that did. So that is there. That's 2 inches. That's an inch and a half. All right, so we're going to go there. Inch and a half. I'm going to go right underneath the bottom. We'll see. I probably would have been better to actually do it from measure it from the bottom. All right, here we go. I think this is going to be good. Just going around. And we'll see. I may have to go up in that the area where. And let's see what we're going to get. All right, that looks pretty good, okay? So I'm not going to draw a line because I don't really need a line. I can, I don't think I want to do a line. Do I want to do a line? Maybe I do. Just kind of eyeball this, connect the dots. And then we're going to take our paintbrush and we're going to go around. Now, I think once I get this line in here, then what I can do, all right, this is going to work perfectly. Okay, so there we go. So we've got a line going around, and now we're going to take and I'm going to do the stripes next, y'all. Okay, I know that it doesn't make sense, but all right. So I'm going to start. That's too big. Let's see what size brush I want. What size brush do we want? I think I want that size brush. Is that going to be big enough? Fat enough? What is this one going to do? This one may not be bad. Finding the right brush is half of it. Half of the problem. That's not bad. And then I'll come over here and I'll go across. All right, let's do that because I think, I'm not sure that this brush is going to work for us. Let me try it. I'm gonna try this one here, y'all. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna go in with the red first, and then I will come back over with the blue. All right, I'm gonna go straight down. All right, see how it's starting to get real thin. We're going to just keep going. We're going to go over it. I want a little bit of a rustic look. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to come across the top. And now I'm going to go down. Got a little bit of paint. I didn't want it, but that's okay. We will incorporate that into our design. Okay, so what we have is we've got a stripe here and we've got a stripe here. Don't get too much paint on there. Now I'm going to go halfway in between, which is about right here. And then we're going to go halfway between these two. And I'm going to just leave that alone for now because I'll end up making it worse. I'll smear it and smudge it. All right, here we go. Okay. And then I'm going to do one more in between these. Kind of like that dry brush look and wish that maybe I would have done more of that, but here we are, right? And then we're going to go in between here. I do like that dry brush look. Oh well, next time. Okay, it's going to kind of look like a candy cane, but that's okay. Actually like that. All right, and then we got one more. I'm going to come in here. All right, so I think what I want to do, kind of take these edges, kind of smear them a little bit. Give it a little bit more of a rustic look. Okay, so we got like a little bit more of a rustic look to it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edge with the blue. Let me dry the red. Get this out of the way. We're going to go ahead and dry this. I probably want to go around the bottom with some red too. And I'll do that with the smaller paintbrush. So just giving it more of a rustic look. I don't normally do grunge and rustic stuff, but I thought that would be kind of fun. I'll probably come back with some dark wax. I may come in with some gold in between. All right, let me get a small brush and we are going to, oh, it's hot. We're going to kind of, let's see what I'm going to do. I'll try, do I have a small filbert brush? No. Maybe this one. This is an angled brush. That might be what I need. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of this red and I'm going to go in and I'm going to just go around this edge here. So that we can cover up the bottom of this. How many of y'all like to paint freehand and just kind of see what you come up with? I think it's fun. It's how we learn to do more with our paint brushes. All right, so I'm going to put this off to the side. Don't think I'm going to need any more of that. We will see. We're going to put that off. Now we're going to come in with the blue. And I am going to take this brush here, I think. No, I think I want to do this one. Okay, we want to come in here and I'm going to come along the sides. All right, here we go, y'all. Probably should have put a little bit of water on this. Hang on. All right, here we go. Here we go, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to just come along this side. Then I'll move my way up, but I'm going to do this bottom edge first. Remember that the key is to get enough paint on your brush that you can get a nice clean edge on this. And I'm not really too concerned with all of the strokes because I'm going more for just kind of a rough look. All right. Come in here at the top. And then after this is dry, we're going to go up in here And we're going to put some stars on here. Now, if you have some 3D stars, that would be really pretty. But I'm going to do a stencil. And just going around, going around, going around. Easy peasy. Now you could do something like this with a wine bottle too, y'all, or a basket. Trying to get this white part right in here. I'm going to go the other direction, hoping that I don't drop this on in my lap. But sometimes if you go one direction and you can't get it all, just turn your brush and go back the other way and it'll fill in the crevices. All right, there we go. How you like that? Now you could do the same idea with this with like a watermelon project. All right, there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lids on these. I'm going to dry it. I think I want to do, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do the stripe. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Sandy. I mean the stars. I want to do the stars, but I want this to be good and dry before I put the stars on here. And I'm thinking I want to do like maybe some dark wax or something on top of that. This would be a good time to put this on a lazy Susan, wouldn't it? Hot. I don't want to get the heat gun too close to the paint or it'll actually peel it off of you. We don't want that to happen. All right, let's dry this. Let's cool this off and see what we get. It's too hot to work with right now. I think I'm going to start in the back and then come around to the back. There's a seam, and I'm going to put the seam in the back. Just cooling this off. And then after we do that, we can dark wax this. We can put some wax over top of it. I want to try something. All right, I'm going to let that cool. I want to try something, y'all. I want to go in here with, this is a bright yellow. I don't want a bright yellow. All right, let me think. Thought I had kind of a mustard yellow, but I don't see it. Let me see. Let's see what I got over here. Oh, you know what? Speaking of, that's too bright. Speaking of like a mustard yellow, Chalk Couture has a real pretty, I forget what it's called, but we've got a real pretty yellow. It's the color of the month this year. All right, this has got paint underneath it that's not dry. Which I'm afraid it's going to lift up when I put the stencil on here. Because I put it on kind of thick. I put it on thicker than I should have. I want to do a lot of small layers instead of a big layer. Let me get a paper towel because this just opened this bubble up. And I can push that paint out of there. All right, let's get our, let's see if we can get, all right, let's put our stars on here and see what we get. I'm gonna take some white chalk paint or paste and a squeegee. And we're going to see how this goes, y'all. We are going to just see. I think I'm going to do this up at the top. Actually, I'll do this top here. All right. That'll work. But I want to start in the back. So let me pull this off of here. I'm going to start in the back. Put this around the bottom edge of this. I'm going to have to clean this in between. Okay? All right, here we go, y'all. Almost out of this white. All right, we're going to put a star here. Star here. Let me straighten this out. Star here. And I'm going to just go along the top edge here. Star there. And then we will clean this. Make sure that we get a good solid seal on these stars. All right, so let's slip this off. Ding, 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 ding. And just like that, look at that. All right, so let me clean this. We're gonna clean this. Let me get a board eraser. We'll get the top and the bottom. I may have to dunk this in the water, y'all. We'll see. We'll see if this is gonna come out of here. Usually I do this like in a sink or after it's been submerged, but I think this is gonna work. And then we're gonna go back and we're gonna dry this. Okay, and let me clean this. I'm going to make sure that you get all the paste out of the silk screen area. Okay, and I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to stick this back around the top. Loving it, loving it, loving it. And I definitely think I want a little bit of a dark wax on here. So we'll see, y'all. here we go. Bring this around. Let's dry this first. Put that there. Coming together. Hey, Bonnie. It's coming together. All right, so let's get another. I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this star on here just so that I can space this right. I need to bring this down a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to bring this one down a little bit. All right, so here we go. I'm going to get a little bit of this paste. We're going to hit this. Okay, we're going to get this one here. And all I'm doing is just repositioning these stars. Oh, this is going to be perfect. Going to turn out wonderful. And then I'm going to put this in my water. All right, here we go. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let me put this in my water so that it can be kind of getting wet. And we're going to put our squeegee. Is anybody doing anything for the 4th? I'm going to be home with my nephew. It's going to be just us. I don't know if my son's going to be here or not. All right, so this is what we have so far, y'all. Looky there. Look at those stars. All right, so let's see how we want to do this. If we want to put any ribbon on this, do we want? Nope, that's going to hide it. Could do. No, I don't like that. It's the wrong color blue. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to put our flowers in here. Let's see. Put a little bit of wax on here. Gonna get an old brush. Just an old brush. This one looks good. This one looks good. Okay. And I think I want to put some dark wax on. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get some clear wax. And then I'm going to get a little bit of dark wax. And we're going to go ahead. And we are going to put this on here. And then we are going to wipe it off. Let me grab a paper towel, I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to wipe it off. And we're going to put it on, and we're going to wipe it off. And I'm going to just do this all over just to darken this a little bit. I don't normally do this, but I thought, well, let's try it. Okay, same thing here. kind of go around and wipe it off, wipe the excess off. And then I'm going to go around the top also. So again, a little bit of clear, a little bit of the dark. And then we're going to come in here same thing, and we are going to give it a coat of wax. It'll actually shine it up. Make it so it's not quite so stark white. Okay, so there is that. So let's put the lids back on here. These out of the way. Okay, so this is what we have. We got us a little American flag. All right, and now what we're going to do is we are going to take some of these flowers that I have. Let's see what we got. See what we got here. All right, so I've got these kind of red, white, and blue flowers. I got 2 of these. And then we'll take and throw maybe this one in the middle. All right, hang on. I want to bend these out. I want to bend them out a little bit so that they're a little bit more full. And I want to do the same thing to these. We're going to just kind of open them up. Just some Dollar Tree flowers that you can put like on a table setting where your food is. And I'm going to throw some of these in here, little sprig of these red tall things. Kind of like a firecracker in the middle. And then I've got this stuff here that we can add in here, one on each side. Actually, I want to put it here because that's the front and the back. All right, and there we go. I'm not going to put a bow or anything on it because I don't think that that it needs it, but here we go. So we got us a Stars and Stripe flower bouquet. You could put it on the food table. You could put it outside next to like a chair and a little end table, like on a patio. And so tell me what you think. What do y'all think? How about that? All right, so there we go. So we've got us a 4th of July bouquet. Quick, easy project. What did it take us? 45 minutes? That's pretty good. And then, of course, you can arrange the flowers however you want. All right, y'all, I'm Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs. Thanks for watching. I love you. Jesus loves you more. Have a great night, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. All right, bye-bye.